Hello, welcome to the channel. My name's Corey, this is Tater Tot, and this is Nellie, and today we're going to talk to you about all of the things that I used after surgery, what I found was helpful, what I found wasn't helpful, what were some of my favorite things that I used. So I'm going to start with bathroom items. Now, I still have some of them, some of the items I don't have, so I'm just going to have to put up an image on the screen right here whenever I talk about products that I don't have anymore. The first thing I wanted to say is I could not go to the bathroom without a special toilet seat attachment. Now, it was a simple attachment. It looked like this, and you just screw it onto the base of your toilet, and it basically provides you those accessibility handlebars that you would see in public restrooms. Absolute must. If you're having a huge surgery and it's going to really impact your ability to sit down, that's not something that you even think about, that I'm going to have a hard time using the restroom because I can't bend my leg at all. At least you can't put weight on the leg at all. If you have a surgery where you can't put any weight on a side and you can use your upper body, if you can afford it, I strongly suggest this product. It gave me some of my independence back. Okay. So sorry. These guys are just like, what are you doing, man? So we obviously got rid of that because that thing was obviously disgusting after a year of use. Yeah, I had to use it for an entire year. Now, the next thing that I used in the bathroom specifically was a shower head. I changed the shower head to have a shower head that had a removable attachment that I could turn into like a shower wand. So look guys, I found it. So you can still have a normal shower, but if you want to, you can change it and use the little head to, you know, wash the body. The next item that I used was a shower bench. Now, I still have a shower chair from my third surgery, but for the first surgery, I had a full-on shower bench that helped me get in and out of the tub, because one side was hanging out of the tub, one side was in the tub, and we'd use that to help, so I could sit down and get showered and bathed. Particularly when I didn't have any standing tolerance. So I probably used a shower bench for 4 to 6 months. I can't even remember the full time frame. It was a very long time that I had to use the shower bench. And that's for the most part the bathroom items that I strongly suggest you get if you are going to have a surgery where you can't use your leg and you need to like sit in a shower. Because feeling clean, it helped give me some of my humanity back in some of those days. The next things I want to talk about pertain to clothing. So I used a lot of compression socks. Now, compression socks are meant to help with blood flow and circulation. So I was at higher risk of having a blood clot after my surgery because I had a 12-inch incision line opened up into my body, and it was a pretty extensive surgery. So I lived in compression socks for months and months and months and months. I strongly suggest, the hospital will probably give you one if you are required to wear one, but I strongly suggest getting a big pack on Amazon or from Walmart or something like that, because it's so nice having a fresh, clean compression sock every day. Now, the one thing is a lot of them don't come with a toe cutoff. If you look at hospital ones, most of them have the toe cutoff. And we found out that's because it cuts off circulation. So all of my compression socks have the toe cutoff. And then because I have thunder thighs, I had to put slits in the top of them in order to release some of the tension from the really tight band at the top. Another important clothing item were warm, fuzzy socks. I love the Old Navy sales. Old Navy always, for the last several years at least, have done fuzzy sock sales for like $1 a pair. And I have taken well advantage of that. I have so many different pairs of these, but I had my surgery done in January. And not only that, even if it's not the winter time, when your legs are propped up, your feet get cold because you have less blood flow running there. Having warm socks to keep your feet warm was super important for me, because like my feet would get, I'm already half lizard, right? Like my hands and feet are already cold, let alone then elevating it. I strongly suggest a warm pair of socks. You're not going to be moving around as much. You're not going to have as good a circulation or blood flow. You'll definitely want something to help keep you warm. Now, the last thing I want to talk about are shoes. Slip-on shoes are like hands down a necessity. You don't want to have to tie your shoes. You don't want to have to like worry about tripping in flip-flops. You want shoes that go over your full foot but are super simple to get on. These things are so stretchy, they're so bendy, they're so easy to get in and on and off. Even I could do it by myself after surgery. You'll want something to easily slip on and off. I still wear these to this day. Like, these are the shoes I wear the most of any shoes that I own. I still have issues with wearing shoes. Maybe I'll make a video all on just shoes and like how my walking is. But these are I have a bunch of different colors of these pairs of shoes. These are pretty much all I wear. I want to move on now to, I guess, miscellaneous gadgets, for lack of a better word. This thing is, can you see the dogs ate the tip? So this thing is awesome. So it's got a little magnet on it and it's a grabber. Now, I couldn't bend over and do a lot of stuff for myself at all. And having something to help me grab stuff if it fell off the couch, because there wasn't somebody always home with me. I'd have people coming home to help me with medications, or if I like needed to go to the bathroom, I'd call somebody or stuff like that. But if I was home by myself and something fell and I needed to pick it up, like the remote, I could use my grabber if it fell off the couch to grab it, because getting up and off the couch was a whole experience of its own for like the first 3 months. Instead of having to get up, I would just use the claw. Just don't let your dog chew it. You can buy ice packs on Amazon or whatever in stores, but you cannot beat these hospital ones. So these hospital ones, they got these really long strings that you can use to wrap around your leg to like keep it tight. They don't leak. At least the ones I've always used have never leaked anywhere. They hold so much ice. They stay cold for a really long time. These things were lifesavers, and at least in the hospitals that I visited, they didn't charge me any extra to ask to get a bunch of extra ones. I've had 3 surgeries so far on my leg. I always asked for extra ice packs to take home with me, and they always pulled through. These things are so much better than just using like a Ziploc bag with ice in it. Strongly suggest. I lived off of these for a long time. I forgot one piece. Let me grab it. So I'm not going to take these out of their vacuum sealed, but 2 things were a pillow so that pillow has like arms. I'll try to put a picture up here because I don't think you can see it that well from this. But like, it's got a backing and it's got arms, so like it helped keep me propped up. So that way I felt like secure and comfortable in any seat that I was in, particularly when I was sitting on the couch. I use this thing all the time. I like to use this thing in bed when I was doing things like physical therapy. It was just nice to have more support for my back when I was constantly laying down. It also helped change positions so I wouldn't get bed sores. The other thing, which is also in vacuum seal, but I'm not going to take out, is this thing. It's a triangle pillow. So this was actually used to like help prop my leg up. I don't know if you can see it, but like prop my leg up. And it's so much nicer than just having a couple of pillows underneath you, because you've got support along the whole leg. And so that was important because particularly with my surgery where the bone was connected to the new metal plate, it still hurts for me to sit in certain types of chairs because of it. So having something where I had full even coverage didn't put that pressure. So this thing was a lifesaver. It was expensive, but it was a lifesaver. I don't think I even have a picture of it. But when we lived at the house we lived in, it was a ranch, thankfully, and we didn't have to do stairs or anything in it, but there was a step up, a pretty significant step up into the front door. And so my husband is super crafty and he made a wooden ramp to get me in and out of the house. It would have been impossible to get, not impossible, it would have been a lot harder to get in and out of the house had he not built that ramp. So if you know someone crafty, I would just ask them to like build you a really simple wooden ramp. I want to talk about a couple of things regarding mobility. One thing I want to say that did not work for me are crutches. Now crutches I felt were so insecure, but I used a walker instead, and let me show you. I still have it. Here's my walker. I lived on this thing forever. It just felt so much more stable and sturdy because I couldn't put any weight on my foot. So I would use it. Here, let me back up and show you. So to use it, I would just go forward, put my weight on the bars, and then hop forward on one leg. This thing was incredible. I felt so much safer on this thing compared to my compared to crutches. Tennis balls were like super necessary for this because the ends of these got so they literally got worn down to the metal. So we had to put, oh no, oh, this is gonna be difficult to put on. Oh no. Ooh. Now, one thing that I strongly suggest to anybody, if you ever need a walker for whatever reason, is to get a side pouch. These things were incredible. This was like a lifesaver. So this thing had so many pockets. Hey, look, I still have stuff in here. Oh, hey, look at that. I found a Lappy Tappy. Okay, anyways, I have a bunch of stuff in here. It had like little pockets. Ow! Oh, I got myself. That was painful. Okay. I could put my phone and my wallet in here. This was like my lifeline. It was basically my purse while I was hurt. And on top of having this cane, or this walker, I had 2 different types of wheelchairs. This was the first one, so it acts like both a walker and a wheelchair. So if I got tired, I could sit down. Sometimes if I was trying to go somewhere and I would be willful and try to walk, we'd bring this thing. So I could still use it as a walker, but I could also sit, like, it has the ability to walk, and I could sit down in it and just take a break, because I would need to take breaks often. Sorry, the dogs are playing in the background. I didn't get this wheelchair until way later. They encouraged me to not use wheelchairs if possible, but if I wanted to go do things like go to the zoo or the museum when I couldn't walk at all, there was just no way I could do it all with a walker. So we bought this guy used from a thrift store, and I will probably keep it the rest of my life just because I know I'm going to need to have follow-up surgeries, and I wish we had gotten this guy sooner because I feel like I could have gone out and done more things utilizing a real wheelchair. Another really handy item was, it's got a cool blue flower pattern on it. I got lots of compliments on it. I used my cane for almost 2 years, I think. I used my cane for a really long time. I wanted to give you guys a taste of like all of the different products I used. If I had to say one product, I asked my husband, what's the one product that you thought was the most helpful? And his instant answer was the toilet seat, the accessible toilet seat attachment, because then he didn't have to like help me get on and off the toilet as much. I personally, of all of my products, that little side satchel on my walker was my favorite tool that I had of literally anything. A lot of the other stuff was just absolutely necessary. I loved having that little side bag. It saved me so much time and effort, especially women's clothing or wearing nightgowns. They didn't have any pockets, and I needed something to carry. Like I couldn't even remember, both my hands were tied up using a walker, so I couldn't carry anything. And I was so grateful that my mom bought that. She made that purchase, and it was, I'm so grateful. Those are all the products that I found useful after a total knee replacement to rid my body of bone cancer. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use, please leave a comment down below. If you want to stick with me on this journey living my life after cancer and this disability caused by the cancer, please hit the subscribe button. I upload regularly, but I don't do it on a schedule, so hit the notification bell so you know when I post. Until next time, take care. Bye! All I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. 'Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.